Hello everyone, Enlightened Renegade back here with another video that you guys, for some reason, like to watch. So, today I'm going to be talking about possible plans for canceling Project Shitbox. Instant demonetization right there. Thanks, YouTube, but as much as I'll poke fun at YouTube, I'm still going to upload to them because Vimeo's terrible. But yes, so I might bring an end to Project Shitbox as it starts. The thing is I don't want to have to swap the manual in here, and that's just me being lazy, yes, but at the same time, you try having a 15, 16-year-old, like a teenager, swap a transmission. Someone who hasn't gone through mechanics college. I haven't gone through mechanics college yet. I'm not, one, can't afford that right now. Two, I am too young for that, as I am currently, as the time recording this video, 15 years old. But the thing is it's just I don't want to have to go through the hassle of swapping a manual in it. The car works just fine, you know. The phone stand, not so much. Once again, the phone stand, not so much. That's 2 times in 10 seconds. Fucking hell. But anyways, back to my point. I would love to get rid of this car and get rid of it for something with a manual. So that way I can, you know, do more videos of me driving my stick. You know, this car works just fine. I'm fixing the center console so that way it's more stable now. I am fixing the seats so that way they, you know, glide back and forth more easily. You know, this one, yeah, it's bad. It's not terrible, but I'm slowly gaining in. I'm also slowly being crushed. Being 6'3" and pushing your seat forward, not a thing. But yeah, I'm replacing the manual seats. Well, not the seat in general, but like I'm lubricating it so that way it slides up and down the rail easier. So, why do I want to sell this thing other than the manual, other than the automatic transmission? Truth be told, that's the only reason. You know, I've found some people who were willing to trade their manual transmission cars for an automatic because they needed an automatic, because either their kid couldn't drive stick or they couldn't drive stick and they thought they could, so they bought a manual. And of course, they wanted an automatic because it's safer. Which, I mean, that has some merit to it, but not in my eyes. You know, some people just need an automatic transmission because some people are disabled or something like that. Some people, you know, I know of this one guy who like only had 1 foot, so he had to have an automatic transmission. You know, there was another guy who I'd known who couldn't like use his right arm for anything, like, cause he had a stroke, so he couldn't drive a manual. I'm not gonna fucking diss that, you know, it's a perfectly good reason. The thing is, it's I need something with a manual because otherwise I go on autopilot, and I don't want to be on autopilot. You know what I'm saying? It's just not safe. The thing is like, with a manual transmission, you are more actively involved with what you are doing with your car. So I'm more inclined to be more involved with my car when I'm driving. Can you blame me? Yes, I have crickets in my garage. But yeah, you're gonna get a look of me tying my boot here. But anyways, yes. If you aren't gonna be... What am I even saying? I like to be involved with my car when I'm driving. That's why I practice driving stick. I I stalled 3 times going forward, not reverse. And I was reversing uphill, so that's a strange thing. But anyways, yes. Why did my... What the fuck is this bullshit? My knife sheath, it has a couple buckles on it, and one of the buckles just came undone for some reason. But anyways, yeah. I want to get rid of my car because it has an automatic transmission, and I don't like driving automatic. Call me a spoiled rich white kid with my white privilege. That shit doesn't exist, but politics are a topic for another video. My main point is I don't feel like I want to, I don't feel like I want to drive an automatic. You know, if I really wanted to, I could swap a 5-speed manual into there. But I don't want to. That's a $1,500 transmission, if not $2,000. You know, and fucking the suspension that I'd have to replace as well. It's you know, stock suspension on an Infiniti is not expensive, so I mean I could do that easily. It's and the suspension still works. You know, it still has wheel travel. It's not low to the point where you're gonna scrape on literally everything. It works. The car works just fine. I would easily prefer something with a manual transmission. Because, once again, automatics are not driver involving nearly as much as manuals are. You know, you're in an automatic, you shift, and you brake, gas, brake, gas, brake, gas, brake, gas, you know, when you're stop, start traffic. Versus a manual, which I will say stop, start traffic is torture, but with a manual in stop, start traffic, you're engaged with the clutch and the gear stick, you're always shifting, which is a good thing for me. You know, I would like to be involved, and that would reduce my insurance rates. You know, not that insurance on this car is expensive. It's got 140 crank horsepower when new. So, no, 140 brake horsepower, that's right, when new, but this is a, you know, nearly 20-year-old car, so it's not going to have that. So this thing, probably making about 100 brake horsepower. And since it's front-wheel drive front engine, it probably makes about, I'd say somewhere between, 70 and 80 at the wheels. So it's not a speed demon. You know, insurance is cheap, which is a plus. It's very easy to operate. Once again, it's an automatic. People want automatic transmissions in the modern day and age, and I can't blame them. You know, most production cars in America are automatic, and I can't blame the consumer for that. That is just something that we have grown accustomed to. You know, and not everyone likes operating a clutch. Crazy people, I know. But still, I would like to sell Project Shitbox, even though it's not really a shitbox. It's actually a great car. I call it that because I like calling it that. Judge me. I would like to sell Project Shitbox for something with a manual. But my only problem with trading and everything like that and selling it, the title's not in my name. It's in my mother's because she bought it, I don't know, it'd have to be nearly 6-7 years ago now. She bought it from another person. You know, it still works just fine. It has like 225,000 miles, which is low for a Nissan, especially with Nissan automatic transmission. That's low mileage. You know, some Nissans will get 400,000 miles if you do them right, and this one has had it's had all of its services done when it needed. So you know, it's more of like, do you want to chance it with services, which most people do their services normally anyways. You know, it's not that hard. So my final verdict is, if I can talk my parents into it, I'm going to trade Project Shitbox for a car with a manual. Now, whether that be the best car that Doug DeMuro has ever reviewed, also known as the 2004 Kia Sentra, or whatever the fuck it was. No, Kia Spectra. I believe that's what that was. Sentra's a Nissan. But anyways, yes, it's paramount for me that I get a manual transmission, because automatic driving sucks for me. You know, it's something that I just don't appreciate. So you may see an end to Project Shitbox here with this car, and Project Shitbox Part 2 with another car. So my final verdict is, as if I can. If I can, I'm getting rid of this thing and getting a manual. It's as simple as that. It's I've looked through Craigslist. I've looked through everywhere. People want to trade for an auto, and I can respect that. It's just, if the title was in my name, this car would not be here right now. It would be at someone else's place, being driven as an automatic instead of them driving a manual. I'd be driving a manual. It's as simple as that. It's just, the title's not in my name. So, some of my subscribers are people I know in real life, and if they have a vehicle that's a manual, it's not a Ford, and they would be willing to trade, keep me in contact. Because I will say this once and I'll say it again, I do not like Ford. I like some Fords made, like the Focus RS, the old style GT, the Raptor, and the Mustang GT350R. And there's a dude driving a tractor or something, or that might be the mobile bar that drives on my street. Either way, point is, I'm going to see what I can do about getting rid of Project Shitbox for a Project Shitbox with a manual. So this has been Enlightened Renegade, everyone. I hope you all enjoyed watching, and have a nice one. See ya.